Yeah, he was on the fence. He was cut the road. He was really suspected.
Played before? Have they played this other Edina team before?
All right, welcome everybody. Today, the CC Stormhawks play Edina White. We haven't, this is their first full district game here today against them. Edina White's been doing pretty well here this season, kind of middle of the pack, a little bit more on the upper end of things. So hopefully our Stormhawks have got their work cut out for them here today. But should be a good game, good fun game. Nice clean hockey. Hopefully we will see. It'll be a fun one. I don't think, as far as the standings go, it's going to matter a whole lot where we end up for the end of the year district tournament. I'm pretty sure they're going to be kind of in the middle of the pack, but they're playing good hockey here recently, and so hopefully they can do well in that end of the year tournament. Starting off, it looks like we've got Zimmerman, White, and Estabrook here on playing forward here tonight. We're going to start off the game with an icing, goes all the way down. We've got Hessler and Eklo on defense here. So yesterday they had moved Hessler up to forward. Looks like he is moving back here today. He did score a whole bunch of goals for us in that forward spot, but he definitely has the capability to do that on defense for us as well. Estabrook is another one of those players on our team that does a nice job moving the puck around, getting in front. And he's on the right wing here on this line here today. The Edina defenseman kind of sends it up. Eklo's really guarding that line with his life, doing a nice job of trying to keep it on. It does bounce out in favor of Edina here, but Eklo takes it up, passes it over. The offensive player hadn't quite transitioned yet into offense, so it ends up kind of being just dumped down in there. Hessler steps up, dumps this puck down in there, tried to get a shot, but I think it was deflected back behind the net. Fighting for it now on the boards is Jacob White, tries to send it over. Zimmerman there in the middle, chasing it down behind the net. Defenseman takes it around, tries to send it up. Hessler keeps it in. Back down in the zone again. Eklo steps up, pushes this back in. Zimmerman and White on the puck. Eklo gets it, backhands it in. It does come back out into the neutral zone, so they are going to have to regroup. He's going to actually have to chase them in here. Kind of loses a step on the player there. They get a nice high shot. It does end up going over the net. That one gets sent down into the zone. It was past the red line, so it is not an icing call. Edina is going to skate this one out from their own zone. Squires tries to get a stick in there. Isn't quite able to do so. Gets sent all the way back down into the other end for an icing call on Edina. We're going to have a face-off down here on the far side. Still 11 minutes left here in the first period. I think they start with 13-minute periods, so we're about just 2 minutes into the game. Score is still 0-0. Got a little line change up here. Some equipment malfunction here on the defense. Here, just kind of getting that neck guard all snapped up, buttoned down the hatches, if you will. Kaufman takes this face-off, pushes it over to Squires. The Skulls was on the far side. He's going to go ahead and try and intercept it on the line there. The defenseman does a nice job of bouncing it up the boards. Center skating it through the middle. The Scalzo takes it, comes back to Anderson, who's going to chase it down in their own zone. He's probably going to dump it up the boards, tries to. Gets caught up in a couple players down there. We'll see who comes out with it. Edina tries to send it out through the middle. It's kind of exactly what you want to do, but is intercepted by Ethan Aldabov. Does a nice job on defense. This puck does come back out into the neutral zone, so Edina is going to have to regroup. They do. They get a stick on it and dump it down in there. Asher Anderson is down deep into the zone to take this puck out. Loose puck here in the middle. Scalzo tries to come up and weave his way through. Gets caught up in the stick of the Edina player. Comes back and tries to hack at it here, but is not able to do so. Edina gets a shot. Nice stop by Thermer. Back now down into the corner. Sent up by Scalzo. Kaufman tries to pass it over to Squires over here on the near side. Takes it, skates it in, puts it on, deflected, kind of back behind the net by the Edina player. Intercepted by Kaufman, tries to pass it over to Squires. Ends up hitting and being deflected by the goaltender there. Aldabal, I believe, is who that was. I kind of redirected that and sent it up. I think that's going to be a penalty on CC. They blew the whistle right when we touched it. So we'll see what happens here. Trying to figure out what is going on with that. Waiting for the fifth player here. They do bring it back out to neutral ice. Not entirely sure what that call is, but here's our third line. We've got Lockwood, Coons, and Lawler out there. Edina takes and skates it in. Eklow's got it on defense, sends it up. Mishandled by the defense, goes all the way down. Coons chasing it back now behind the net. Edina player tries to send it up. McKinley steps up, tries to keep it in. Flipped over here. Coons and Lockwood chasing it. Lockwood tries to get a stick in there on this near side. Edina ends up skating it up. Weaving his way through the middle, a little backhanded pass over to the wing on the opposite side. He dumps it down into the corner here. We'll see what happens with this on this near side. Lockwood kind of pushes it up. Comes out to the defense, bounces off the skate of Lockwood. Eklow mishandles it in front. Thermer doing a nice job of getting right on that puck. See if Lockwood can come out and put some pressure on the defense. Not quite able to get a skate on it there, kind of right between his legs, but it's nice positioning. Comes out, I believe this is McKinley tried to take it. Loses the puck in his skates. Edina skates it through the middle, gets a shot, goes over the shoulder of Thermer, and Edina draws first blood here. Kind of middle of the first period. There's 8 minutes left on the clock in this first period. Edina comes out with the first goal, making it 1-0 early on here. Asher Anderson saying, "Let's go," to his teammates here, kind of whacking that stick on the ice, saying, "Bruh, let's go." Defense tries to send it over through the middle. It's going to go all the way down. The icing is waved off. Defenseman takes it, skates it up over here. Backhands it over. Intercepted by CC. We got Zimmerman skating this one in. Lots of patience with the puck. Sends it through the middle. Backhanded shot by White. Anderson tries to step up. Edina takes it and skates their way around. Hessler does a nice job of getting a stick in there. White sends it down in there on goal. Goalie covers it up. exciting couple of minutes of hockey there. Really nice job by that line of putting the pressure on. We've got Anderson and Hessler here on defense now. We're going to stick out with the same line. We've got Zimmerman, White, and Estabrook. See what we can do here. Comes out to defense, gets by that long stick of Hessler. Goal. Thermer lets it go, thinking it might be an ice, but they did call that one off. Puck goes back down into the corner, sent down deep by Edina. Stick handles his way up. Top of the circle, passes it over to the defenseman on the opposite side. Pressure by the wing, sent down deep. Edina coming up with it here. We got Zimmerman chasing that puck around here now. Estabrook putting pressure on the defense. Edina comes up with it here. He's got a guy over on the slot. Nobody really on him here, but you got a couple of guys on the middle there. Nice little pass up the boards over to Estabrook. He's got a step on him. Jacob White backs him up here. Tries to get a slap shot in there, but Edina gets a stick on it. See if he can dump this puck down in there. Not quite able to do so. Gets knocked away by Edina. Anderson passes it over to his partner, McKinley, who passes it up to Estabrook over on that far side. Loses the puck into an Edina player's hand. Bounces back to McKinley. He tries to send it through the middle. And then Edina finally gets a hold of it and sends it all the way down, making it an icing call. So that's going to bring it all the way back down to the other side. That's 6 minutes left here in the first period. Scores 1-0 Edina. Puck comes over to the middle. Nice little shot. Wow, lots of pressure. Hoffman was hunting that goal. Not quite able to put it past. Sends it over to Lascalzo. Defense gets it, sends it up, loses it in traffic here in the neutral zone. Back out to the defense. All the ball sends it up the board. Squires to field this one. Gets pushed up. Kaufman's chasing it down back behind the net. He skates around trying to head the defenseman off. McKinley steps up. Little shot on goal. Bouncing around. Those ones can be tough to handle. You know what they always say is you never score on any shots you don't take. So good shot. Goalie covers it up. It gives us a nice opportunity down in their end here to start things off. Same lineup. Eklo, McKinley on defense. Kaufman, Squires in front! Oh, the garbage man tries to play with his hand there. Sent over through the middle. Hessler's chasing it around. Tries to pass it over to Lascalzo there on the far side. Loses it, and then he gets it back. Nice job by Lascalzo. Squires fighting for it here around the circle. Sends it up. Kaufman, see if he can kind of get a stick in there. Puck gets sent all the way back down the other side. Eklo doing a nice job of skating around, trying to get this one. Sends it through the middle. Out in the neutral zone, Lascalzo chasing this one. He's got a step on the defender. Sends it through across. Kaufman in front. Sends it to Squires. Gets a little shot. Back behind the net. Lascalzo and Kaufman trying to put some pressure on. Hessler steps up. He's trying to pinch, keep that puck in the zone. Eccles does a nice job of backing up here and really covering his partner. Puck is we got a little back and forth here in the neutral zone. Kaufman's got this puck. See if he can get a little shot there from the top of the circle into the hands of Lascalzo. Bouncing around through the middle, Edina comes up with it. Sends a nice little pass over to the far side into Eklo's hands. Puts it across over to Lascalzo, who sends it down deep. This is Eklo now. Nice pass up the opposite side to Squires, who dumps it down into the zone. Looks like we're going to get kind of that change of shift here. I believe Kaufman is headed to the bench. But Squires is down in the zone. Asher Anderson gets a stick on it to push that one up. Gonna have to cover this floater though, but Aldeball does a nice job of backing him up. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Lockwood has his back turned, but if he can get a stick in here. They called something, you know what, I wasn't able to see the back side of what was going on, so they may have called an offsides. Not quite sure what was happening. Actually, it's a penalty. So since the Edina player got first touch on that one, they blow the whistle. But the puck goes down into the offensive side for CC. See if they can do something with it. Coons takes this one, pushes it back down into the corner. Skating around with it now. They are on a power play here. He takes it, wraps it around, tries to put it in. Goalie covers it up. Nice effort there. Really good strategy, trying to figure out what he's got to do with this puck. Boys setting up nice here for see if they can put something in. They are up a goal here. Or are up a man here, 5-on-4. Something's going on here down in the box. Referee's coming down talking about maybe time. I think that they weren't running the time on the penalty, actually. Gavin Coons puts it on, gets a shot right into the hand of the goalie there. Really, look at that effort, just darting forward, getting in there and putting all the pressure on. Looks like they are starting to play some music. Oh, shot! Wow! Goalie comes up with it. Nice stretch there. Big stretch on that glove hand to come up with that goal. Or come up with that save. Face off. This one ends up in the hands of Edina. Sends it around. Anderson steps up, pushes it forward. Lockwood's got this puck, tries to send it through the middle, loses it in traffic here. Coons puts the pressure on here. Anderson does a nice job of getting a stick in there and keeping that puck inside the zone. Ends up coming out anyway. Aldeball backs him up here in the middle. Everybody gets on sides, and it gets dumped back down into the zone. Coons putting some pressure on. Thinking that the defenseman might go behind him, he tries to come up with it. Aldeball sends it in there. We got Lawler, a little backhanded opportunity there, but it does get sent out into the neutral zone and all the way back down into the end. Eklo backhands it up, tries to get a little pass over to Lawler on the far side. Back into the neutral zone and then back into the offensive zone for an offsides goal. Puck drop. Comes back into the CC's hands. It is Flynn Estabrook sends it up. Ends up in Zimmerman's hands. Sends it over. A little backhanded shot. Deflected behind the net by the goalie. Jacob White over on this near side. Eklo guarding that line. Comes out in the hands of Zimmerman. Estabrook on that far side. Stick handling, but he's got patience. Gets a shot from the top of the circle. Glove hand from the goalie. Drops it down into his own player's hand. Loses it in the middle. Estabrook's going to get this one. Kind of dumps it down into the zone. Tries to maintain possession of it. Let's come back out. A little shot. Opportunity out front. Nobody there. Comes outside the zone. Eklo not able to get a long enough stick in there to keep that one in. And that's going to be offsides. Got about just over a minute here left in the first period. Scores 1-0 Edina. Anderson tries to pass it over, loses it in the feet of a couple of players. Kaufman gets a shot from the top of the circle, goes wide. Edina comes up with it, skates it back behind the net. Comes out to Asher Anderson, throws it through the middle. Scalzo chasing it down. Hessler gets a shot from the point, back behind the net. Squires, little backhanded shot. They call the goal. Squires from behind the net puts it off the pads of the goalie. In goes the goal. Jace Squires, the garbage man, puts it in to tie it up here at the end of the first period. Edina takes this one right off the bat, ends up in Asher Anderson's hands. He skates it back behind the net. Nice little pass through the middle. Not like through the middle though, so that was actually a really nice shot there. Ends up in Kaufman's hands, gets a shot from the side, goes over to Squires, now down into the corner. Anderson backing him up higher out into the zone. Ends up with the puck, gets a little shot, bouncing, deflected, bouncing around. Those pucks are tough to handle. Goalie comes up with it. Puck drop ends up in Asher Anderson's hands. Plops it back in there. Just got about 5 more seconds here left in this first period. So we're going to hear a horn here any second. There it is. After 1 CC, the CCHA Stormhawks are tied with the Edina Hornets. Exciting game here through 1 period of hockey. We'll see what happens in the next. Coons, Lockwood, and Lawler out there here now to start the second period of hockey. The boys have switched sides. Comes out to McKinley, tries to skate it up. Gets tangled up in Edina's players. Nice little patience here at the blue line. Ends up in Coons' hands. Tries to send it across. Gets through. Finally, they do end up calling a penalty here on Edina. A little tackling play, if you will. But so the Stormhawks are going to be up a player here for early on here in the second period. Still got Coons, Locker, and Lawler out there. Coons gets a shot right off the bat, goes back behind the net. Locker's going to go ahead and chase this one. But gets by him. Coons gets a stick in on there. Edina skates it up. They bounce it back around up off the boards. Lawler comes in, sneaks behind him, Does a nice job of getting a puck on it. Sends it up. Coons chasing it down deep into the zone. Goes all the way down. Looks like they're going to call a icing call. Edina takes this, gets it right off the bat. They win the faceoff, draw it back to the defenseman. Ends up bouncing around in our zone. Hessler sends it up. Defenseman keeps it in. Hessler has it now. Tries just trying to clear it. It does come outside the zone. They end up blowing an offsides call, but I'm pretty sure he was definitely on. Edina wins the faceoff, sends it back to the defenseman. Hessler chasing this one down in our own zone here now. Tries to send it across. Ends up being intercepted by the Edina player, who just sends it down deep in the zone. Fighting for it here now on this near side. Being backed up. A lot of pressure here, actually, by Edina. But they're going to lose another player here. So the Stormhawks are going to be up by 2 players here for the next 47 seconds. Let's see if they can take advantage. We're going to start this penalty off with Zimmerman, Estabrook, and White. Estabrook tries to get a shot from the side. White over in the corner. Zimmerman sends it across, tries to send it across. Defenseman steps up. It does come outside the zone, so that's going to be an offsides call. Shift change here. Kaufman, Lascalzo, and Squires out there. Aldeball and Anderson on defense. Lascalzo gets this, tries to stick handle it through some players here. Ends up in Kaufman's hands in the middle. Over on the boards, Anderson steps up, sends it in there. Squires ends up intercepting it there. Tries to send it through the middle. Lascalzo there, Kaufman there. Anderson not quite able to get in there to keep this puck in the zone. The Edina did come outside, did come out of the penalty box here right at the right time to keep all the pressure on the Stormhawks here. Sent up the boards. Lascalzo over there on the side, all the ball on defense. Lascalzo ends up with it. He's going to skate it out. Does a nice job skating through the middle, finding the open ice. Tries to do a little backhand, the stop move just to try and take it out. Puck goes out and in. Lascalzo had fallen down there, so that's going to be an offsides ball. Face-off, won by Edina. Kind of takes it in and weaves his way through traffic. Gonna get the shot. Stop. Nice stop by Thurmer. Pushed back behind the net by McKinley. Eklo taking this one. Loses it in traffic. Nice little pass up through the middle. Kaufman comes up with it. He's gonna try and skate it up there. Looking. I think he might have seen the black helmet there, thinking it was a Stormhawk to pass it to, but it was unfortunately the referee. That brings us, gives us an icing call. Got about 9.5 minutes left here in the second period. Score is still 1-1. Here we go, puck drop. Edina wins it, sends it across through the middle, who sends it back to the defense, who's going to get a shot. Goes wide, bounces straight off the boards and back for a kind of a natural rebound. Lawler ends up taking it from the side here, loses it in traffic on the edge. Eklo gets it, sends it up to Lockwood, who does a nice little tip pass over to Coons, who skates it in. He's got some options here. Nice moves there. Shot way wide, pushed back behind the net by the goalie. Lawler chasing it down into the corner now. Coons skating in there, getting his hands on it. Ends up coming out with it. McKinley tries to push and keep this in. They end up blowing the whistle. Maybe an offsides call. Hessler and Anderson on defense. Edina tries to push it forward, but it comes up into Zimmerman's hands. Gets a shot, goes low, almost sneaks it by. Fighting for it on the boards here, ends up out into the neutral zone. Hessler caught out of position, but when Hessler's caught out of position, he finds his way back in there. Ends up getting a stick on that puck and sends it all the way down for an icing. That's better than a goal. All right, Edina takes and wins this, tries to send it back to the defense, gets a shot from the point. Anderson in front, doesn't quite get a full stick on it, and it bounces around. Luckily, it went outside of the goal there. We've got Estabrook trying to squeeze his way through there. Puck back into the hands of Edina, sends it across. Hessler thinking he's got a little help over here. He doesn't. Edina gets it into the corner. Hessler taking it up now, though. Passes it up to Flynn. Estabrook here on this near side. Kept in by the defense. Hits the referee right where the sun don't shine. Sent all the way back around. Jacob White trying to put pressure on the defense. Does a nice job of getting it on the shin pad. Unfortunately, sends it all the way down for an icing. Obviously, we're back to 5-on-5 here. Eklo sends it around. We've got Lascalzo here on this near side. Ends up in the hands of the defense. Bouncing around in and out for an offsides on Edina. Puck drop comes back to the Edina defenseman, who sends it down deep. McKinley over there tries to send it across, loses it into a nest of Hornets over here. Comes back out into the offensive zone. Defense sends it out, sent in right away by Lascalzo. Everybody with the heads up there to get out of the zone. Super close, and they do wave it off. Hoffman out to the defense. McKinley sends it through the middle. Edina back behind the net. Tries to slap it through. Lascalzo sends it through the middle. Loose puck out front. Goalie covers it up. Puck drop. McKinley on it. Sent over to the other defenseman, Eklo. I imagine he's going to get a shot. He does so, bouncing around. Good stop by the Edina goaltender. Here we go, trying to do it again. Kaufman sends it out to the defense. Eklo it was not right on his stick, and he ends up kind of losing it on the backhand, but he kind of does a nice job of recovery here and skates it in. Ends up losing it just inside the zones, though. And McKinley backing him up here nicely over on his side. McKinley gets it, tries to send it across. Puck kind of ends up bouncing around here. Shot by Edina from the slot. Up through the middle to Lascalzo. Skates it, does a nice job here. Backhands it down into the zone. Everybody is onside. Kaufman trying to set up in front, seeing if somebody can get a little interception to send it through. But it gets sent through and out, and puck goes out of play. Coons, Lockwood, and Lawler out there. Aldeball and Anderson on defense. Aldeball tries to send it through. Little shot, tough one to handle. Bouncing around over the top of the goalie's glove. Gavin Coons comes up with the go-ahead goal for the here today. Gavin Coons comes up with a nice little pass from Ethan Aldeball on the defense. Here we go. We're going to have a face-off here. We've got about 5 minutes left here in the second period. Stormhawks now up 2-1. Edina weaving their way through the middle. Gavin Coons sends the puck up here on this near side. It's going to come out right in front of us here. Edina takes it. They're going to skate it behind the net, trying to see what kind of pass they can get. Swarmed by a bunch of Stormhawks here. He's just weaving his way through. Does it again here. He's going to get a nice little move off the blocker of Arik Dermer and puts one in to tie it back up. This is now once again a tie game with just a few seconds later. Edina comes up big. Here we go. Edina wins the faceoff. They take it skated in, skates around the defender, weaves his way through, ends up losing it on the stick of Caleb Eklo, I believe. Then sends it up. Gets finally on the hands of Estabrook. Gets a shot from the top of the circle. Goaltender has a nice stop there. Puts it down, goes out wide. Zimmerman chasing it now down into the corner. Edina takes it, skates it around, loses it to Jacob White there on the side. Zimmerman's going to go down into the corner, looking for Estabrook out front. Bouncing around, Jacob White gets a nice little wrister there, deflected back to him. Eklo steps up, sends it through. Ends up in the hands of an Edina player. Eklo caught out of position here. Edina skates it up, two guys in front, taken away by Hessler. He's gonna decide to go ahead and skate it here. Edina player gets a stick on it. They're now fighting for it down into the corner. Referee's got his arm raised, calls a trip on King Hessler. So Edina is going to have their first power play of the game. Got a line change out there. Make sure everybody is fresh for this penalty kill. Yeah, it's pushed out into neutral zone, so at the very least, Edina's going to have to regroup. They end up just trying to dump it in. We've got all the ball on the far side, tries to send it over to McKinley on this near, who sends it up the boards into the hands of Kaufman, who's going to skate this one in. Gets a shot wide, bouncing around. Goalie comes up with a glove save there. Puck drop. Kaufman has it. Edina finally wins the faceoff, sends it up to neutral ice, back to McKinley, who just dumps it down into the zone. Pretty smart play there, actually, when you're on the penalty kill. Squires chases it. Kaufman has it. Squires gets a little stick in there to kind of push it out in front. This is the Edina player that's ended up skating it all the way down the other time. See if he can do it again. Intercepted, nice intercepting there by Ethan Aldeball. Gets sent all the way up. Edina player winds up. Gets a nice slap shot, actually. It looked like it had some curve in there even. Interesting. He sends it up over to the defenseman on the other side. He just tries to backhand it in. Now he ends up just whacking it in. Thurmer blocks it, loses it in his feet, finds it, sits down, making sure that they live to have another face-off here and keep this game tied at 2-2. We've got just over 2 minutes left here in the second period, and we'll see how things go here at the end of the second and into the third. Got a line change here. Coons, Lockwood, and Lawler out there. Coons chasing it down in the corner. Lawler setting up the boards, waiting for a nice little pass. He gets it, skates it up through the middle here. Guy's trying to weave his way through a couple of players. He's going to get a shot from the top of the circle. Goes just wide. Hessler skating way up in there. Coons chasing it down there now. Sent way back here. Skates by the defender. We got two on. Oh, Hessler comes up, skates and gets a stick in there from behind. Great individual effort there by King Hessler. Puck is bouncing around in the middle, finally gets sent all the way down into the opposite end, and we're going to have a face-off. Have a face-off here down at our own end. Coons, Lockwood, and Lawler out there. Lawler ends up with the puck. He tries to skate it through. Coons backs him up, sends it over across. McKinley steps up, tries to push it out of the zone. Now he is caught way out of position as the defenseman after losing the puck. Lockwood over there gets it, deflects it in his skate there. Now sent back up to him here on this near side. He pushes it. It does come out of the zone, and so that's going to be offsides on Edina. Nice effort there by Johnny Lockwood to get that puck out of the zone. changing up here once again. Zimmerman, White, and Estabrook. Estabrook here on this near side. Flynn Estabrook, it's actually his mom's birthday here today. She is 29 once again. Estabrook sends it through the middle. Loses it, and an Edina player who skates it back the other direction. Nice job by McKinley here. Good individual effort on the boards. Looking like he had a little bit of a hack there, but comes out to the defense, who backhands it up to the offensive player. Gets a shot from the top of the circle. Thurmer deflects it wide. Almost ends up in the hand on the stick of an Edina player. We've got McKinley here. Sends it on net, bounces off of the post. He's going to go ahead and get back into his defensive post. Well, that horn signifies the end of the second period. Score is 2-2 after 2. Real tight game here today. This CCHA team really plays up. They kind of play to their level of their opponents. We were looking at the standings a little bit earlier today. They are lower in the standings. They don't have very great very great district record. However, their point differential really is not indicative of their level of play. So they should, other teams should not underestimate what this CCHA team can do. There we go, puck drop. Kaufman in the middle, goes over to Lascalzo. Edina pushes it up. Kaufman backs up, takes in, skates this one, tries to weave his way through the middle, gets caught up in a couple of Hornets there. Defenseman skates it around, makes a nice little move up the boards and skates it up. He's got a couple of players with him here. One on this near side to us. Skates it down into the corner. Two guys out front, shot deflected back into the corner by Arik Thurmer. Edina gets it up the middle, sent back to the side. The defense of the Stormhawks here really steps up. Ethan Aldball ends up with this puck and skates it back through the middle, loses it in his skates, and then gets sent back the other way. Edina takes it and turns it around. Skating it in, they do a nice job of staying onside. Ends it, Asher Anderson gets his stick on it, ends up setting it up and skating it, send it into round here. Edina regrouping now down in their own end, skates it through the middle, nice little pass up in the center. Aldeball gets a stick on it. Asher Anderson tries to redirect it here. Kaufman comes up and turns this puck around. He's got the speed to see if he can do, he does a nice job of staying on sides there. Ends up losing it there, comes back out into the neutral zone. Everybody's got to go ahead and get some effort here to get outside the zone. Kaufman sweeps it up, sends it over to Lascalzo on the far side there. Loses it in the stick of an Edina player, so he ends up getting it back and just kind of dumping it in here. Looks like they do still have the same lineup, so they weren't just trying to get a little line change here. Well, we got some of the same line. Gavin Coons is out there now in place of Connor Kaufman. Squires has this, gets a shot, gets deflected back behind the net. The Skulls over there. Hessler steps up, loses it in an Edina player here, but he definitely is able to skate back. I think the fans are a little unhappy with that one, looking for a penalty on Hessler. Coons comes, Squires weaves his way through, still has it in front. Goalie steps out, tries to cover it up, mishandles it, goes back behind the net. Edina's going to have to find this one. They do. They send it up the boards to the wing, who's going to do a nice job of skating it out here. Loses it on the skates of Eklo. who pushes it up, sends it now through the middle, back right into the hands of an Edina player. We've got Lawler there on that far side. Lockwood just kind of pops it up back over to him. Fighting for it now on the boards. We got a whole bunch of Stormhawks there and the nest of Hornets right behind him. Edina finally finds it, skates it back the other way, tries to weave his way through the middle. Nice little pass up the back through the slot. A little backhanded scoop shot from the point. Coons now back behind this. Loose puck back there. Lawler chasing it. Tries to pass it up to where Coons should be, but he was just deep back in the zone, really helping out defensively, so he wasn't able to get there for that breakout. Unfortunately, Lockwood wasn't able to get over there either to kind of help him out. Ends up back deep into the zone where McKinley sends it up the boards. Ends up Lawler has it, pushes it forward. Lockwood trying to see if he can intercept, but Edina skates it up. They push it forward, loses it at the blue line into the hands of all the ball. Tries to push it up to Lawler over on that far side. Back to McKinley, passes it over to Lockwood, loses it to the Edina wing on this near side, skates it in. He's got a player in front, but the defensive play otherwise is just too good. Nice pass up to Coons in the middle. He's got room. It's hard. Gonna get a shot from the side. Wow, tough, hard shot. Right on net. Goalie covers that one up by Gavin Coons. Shift change comes out to Zimmerman, White, and Estabrook. We got Ethan Aldeball on defense. Flips it over the heads of of a downed Edina player there, just trying to confuse the goalie. Back into the hands of Ethan Aldeball in our own zones here. See, he just kind of flips it back forward up the boards here. He's got a dangerous pass out front. Pass up the boards, mishandled by Estabrook. Ends up in his skate. Oh, looks, tried to pull, oh my goodness, he tried to pull that one back, then he just tried to get it back in front because he thought they were wide open. Eventually, an Edina player scoops this one up and skates it back down the other way. Eklow's gonna go ahead and send this one across. He's got Estabrook on the far side. Hessler and Eklow now backing him up. Eklow takes it, skates it back behind the net. He's got his head up looking for a pass. Ends up deciding to skate it. Gets back out into the neutral zone, loses it in the near side of the neutral zone. Battling for it on the board, pops it forward is Eklow. Back redirected once again by Edina. Eklow tries to send it across the middle and loses it in the Edina player's hands. Estabrook over on the far side, sent back down deep into the zone. Eklow back there once again. He's going to skate it back behind the net, head up once again, trying to look for a pass. Gets it poked away by an Edina player. Got a foot race here on this near side. They wave off the ice. Zimmerman's got the pressure on him now. Estabrook on that far side. Hessler scoops in there and pushes that one forward. Gets down on his knees to keep this one on in the zone. Finally, eventually, it comes back out. Eklow tries to pass it up the boards on this side. Ends up in the Hornets' hand, who skates this puck down and weaves his way through the middle. He still has it. Loose puck out front, backhanded shot, almost goes over blocker side on Thermer, but goes up over the net. Loose puck again. back down into the corner now. Defenseman has it, tries to send it forward. Hessler's got it, ends up just dumping it down the other way. Probably a really good decision to ice that puck, regroup, figure out how they can get possession and do something more productive. Five minutes and 40 seconds left here in this third period. Shot from the point, loose puck out front. Wow, good save. Anderson tries to pass it up to Squires. Loose puck here in the neutral zone. Sent back down deep. Asher Anderson's going to go ahead and try and field this one. Gets poked away by the Edina wing. Ethan Aldeball takes it, passes it up the boards. Kaufman, he loses it. The puck got deflected in the skate of the referee there, unfortunately. That does happen sometimes. It's not illegal or an interference play. It's just unfortunate is what that is. They do end up blowing the horn because it is 4:25. I didn't realize the time because there's still 5 minutes left on the clock, but they are going to blow this game dead. It's going to end up here in a tie today between the Edina White Hornet. Oh, actually it's not. They are continuing play here. They did blow a horn. It is 4:25, but they are continuing play. There's 5 minutes left on the clock. Usually they don't go into overtime, so I'm wondering what's going on here, but Edina's going to take and skate this one back the other way. Nice, he steps up. Squires gets a shot from the goalie tries to cover it up, gets deflected back down into the corner. Defenseman sends it up the boards. Asher Anderson. The wing pulls it back. Here we go on this near side, gets pushed and scooped out of the zone. Sent up, loose puck in the Edina end. Lascalzo trying to put pressure on. The defenseman passes it up the boards to the wing, who dumps it down deep into the zone. Anderson back there to pull loose puck out front. Edina's got it. Squires scoots in there. He's going to skate it up that far side. Ends up in the hands of Connor Kaufman. Pushes it forward. Loose puck. Lots of effort here. Pass back up to the Edina player. It's a foot race down in their own zone. Gets a shot. And that puck goes in. Shot bounces straight up in the air. Bounces down. The spin on the puck brings it back into the goal. Edina with a big end of the game goal here with 2 seconds left in play. 2 seconds, but the game is being called now. Edina comes out on top 3-2. Unfortunate last second shot by Edina with the spin, and it goes in. That horn signifies that it actually is the end of the game. Boy, that really just kind of puts an exclamation point on what has really been the story of the season of this team. Really just all the wrong bounces at all the wrong times. Playing a very, very good Edina team. Extremely tough. But I think that is then going to end up putting us in the middle bracket for our district playoffs. And so hopefully they can really come up with something special in those playoffs. I'm pretty sure we have next weekend, it's not entirely off. Next weekend they have a scrimmage on I believe it's on Sunday. And we will broadcast that scrimmage because it is fun. We're going to play Orono, a team we don't usually play. But otherwise, they have the week off. And then I think the district playoffs are the following week. We'll keep you up to date. I'll make sure we put posts out. Everybody's family will keep everybody updated. And we'll see you next weekend. Have a great week.